tell you this. It is the height of the cold and flu season. Dr. Friedman is here to tell us the best ways to keep ourselves and to keep our kids healthy. By the way, good morning.
Good morning.
And thanks for the help that you've already given me with what is not a cold.
Of course not.
Okay. How do kids get, it's a basic question, but how do kids get colds to begin with?
I think it's a great question because we all grew up with the myth,
Sure.
Don't go outside with wet hair, don't go outside without your jacket, right? My mom did this to me. You get sick from germs. It doesn't matter if you're inside, you're outside, you're wearing a jacket, your hair is wet or dry. If someone coughs on you or they cough on their hand, touch a surface, you touch it, touch your face or whatever, then you pick up the germs. That's where colds come from. They're viruses, so they're all over the place. Someone sneezes in your face.
So the cold, wet hair, if you go outside, it does nothing other than make you cold?
Right, it won't make you sick.
Okay, let's talk about when kids need antibiotics and we get to that point. How do we make that determination?
Right, so colds are caused by viruses. Antibiotics don't treat viruses. So antibiotics are not going to make your cold go away. Even if, well, last time my doctor gave me an antibiotic just in case and I got better, that was probably coincidental. So we're looking for a bacterial infection. Is there pneumonia? Is there an ear infection? If you have a question, you have a concern about your child, have them examined. And if they look pretty good and it's a virus, don't be upset with the doctor that you're not getting anything. It's a good thing to not need antibiotics.
It's always about the immune system. So parents always want to say, can we do anything to boost our kids' immune system? Is orange juice still good for that? Or is that another myth from my mom? What do we do to boost that immune system?
Yeah, I hear that question a lot. And if your child has a normally functioning immune system and they get a cold and the cold goes away, their immune system is working great.
Right.
Yeah, they're doing well. You can't come out the gate with like every possible immune cell to fight everything. It takes time to build up immunity. And so good healthy habits, sleeping well, eating healthy foods, a good variety of fruits and vegetables, getting plenty of hydration, exercise, all of these things are important. You don't need to take mega doses of anything. The best way to get nutrients is from your diet. So orange juice is fine. You don't need to drink a gallon a day, but it's okay to drink it.
Eating right is also an important factor. You mentioned get exercise, but I want to ask you about, you want to keep active, but you also want to get some rest. So how do you kind of find a nice happy medium?
Well, for kids it can be hard, especially with school-age kids who have their sports and their homework, and then sleep is definitely sacrificed, and that's a whole nother topic. But you just got to find ways to stay active. We're lucky in San Diego that we can still get outside and take walks and ride bikes and things like that.
Good hygiene. We talk so much about wash your hands, wash your hands. How much more can we drill this message into people and kids to wash your hands?
I mean, they hear it a lot, and I think they know. Schools are pretty good, too, with being equipped with sanitizer so that they're not always having all the kids waiting by the sinks and things like that. But good hand washing, sing the ABCs when you're doing it, really rub good. It doesn't have to be antibacterial soap, but good rubbing, good soap, that's going to get the germs off.
Is there anything to cleaning our homes and disinfecting and doing all this stuff? Does that help or not really?
I think it's important when you have a sick child to keep them home, or if sick parents. Adults ourselves, we need to recognize when we're sick and stay home. But no, cleaning the house in a normal way, I don't think it needs to be overdone. I think, there's also something called the hygiene hypothesis. If everything's too clean and you don't ever get sick, then you end up with more allergies and other issues.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was not staged. That's actually real. So you looked at me and kind of, so at what point do you know if you should stay home or not and not spread germs? If you think you're getting sick, because then they'll look at you like, oh, you're just wimpy, you're not coming to work.
I guess it's not fair to really judge anybody because you're usually spreading the germs before you really feel it. And some of us feel a little tickle, a little runny nose, and we feel otherwise fine. So we're going to go to work. We're not going to, make that sacrifice. But if you or your child really feels crummy, there's a fever, you're not able to eat and drink well, you're not getting good sleep, I mean, that's a good sign that you probably should stay home.
At that point, you stay home. By the way, shout out to Christina, because right before we started the show, she busts out all these Lysol
the wipes, she cleaned everything.
Moist towelettes. She wiped it off, and she helped me on my side as well. Dr. Friedman, thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry,
thank you.
I'm not 100%, but I appreciate you coming in this morning.